Investor on TikTok, Success Out of Prison on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay. And also a short bio about me. I spent almost 20 years in the federal prison for 848 cocaine distribution, the organizer. Uh, December the 7th, I'll be out 20 years. I got out December the 7th, 2005. So we're gonna cap on our children and the next generation gonna be prepared for what's in store, and I don't think they are. Cause a lot of these kids are not on Chat GPT. They on there for the stupid reasons. They're not dealing with AI or AGI. They're not learning coding. Now I'm not saying all children, but most of our children, every waking hour is not on that. They're not learning about gaming, robotics, AI robotics, because if they don't learn this stuff and utilize it in the job sectors, it's gonna be a lot of job gone. Because now, if I'm an automated company like Uber or Lyft, they're gonna have self-driving cars. Then they might have self-driving uh, places where they can fix your vehicle. And robots can do it. Might have somebody there managing the company, even in the grocery store, Walmart, Sam Club. People gonna almost be obsolete. Uh, and if they're not ready for this new wave, it's gonna be crazy. Even when you see the landscaping, I can be an owner of a landscaping company and use AI and robotics to have my power-driven lawnmowers, and they can do the job for me while I'm sitting there and programming it. It's a lot of different ways the thing can uh, play out. But if we're not ready, your children not ready, the world is not ready, it's gonna be the have and have nots, the rich and the poor. Because they showing you with all the situations that are going on in the world, they can push a button and show you how much they care about people that's peasants. People that's peasant in their mindset don't mean anything to them. If you're not the elitist, elite, or above the average wealthy individual, they're not talking to you. They don't care anything about you. They don't care about your survival. So you got to start thinking about, how can I change that narrative? How can I put myself in a better situation where we'd be in a situation like the DuPont, the Rockefeller, the, the Rothschild, the Stranahan's, the Kennedys. You want to be in them circles. You don't want to be in a circle talking about I'm the baddest, I'm the toughest OG in my neighborhood, I'm a street legend. That shit do not buy you freedom. That all they're gonna do is put you in a situation where you're gonna be in jail or prison for the rest of your life. So if you have any small children, you got to teach them and make sure that every waking hour it's gonna be on GPT. It's gonna be on AI, AGI. It got to be on robotics, AI robotics, because these are the things that gonna make the next generation elite. They're gonna make the next generation elite. And also, you got to learn about wealth. You got to learn about how to build wealth. You got to teach your children that, because it's generations and generations and generations that missed the boat when it came down to wealth building. And when you look at the African American, Latino, Hispanic, most of us, we getting on a wealth building later on in life. We getting on the AI later on in life, the AGI later in life, the robotics, the coding, everything that play out now, we picking up later on in life. We don't want to always have to be last to the motherfucking party. We want to be first to the party. And if you ain't teaching your children this now, you're going to see you did them a big disservice. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I got to speak the truth, because if your children is not learning this and they're not passing down to their children, and then the next children, which what we're gonna have? We're gonna have a lot of people that gonna be poor or in prison, out here robbing, unaliving people, stealing and hustling. We got to change that narrative. If you can change that narrative, build up their mindset, change the culture, and let them know, hey, you can do this the right way and still be successful, a lot of them would change, but they don't know how, because they're not learning these things in the household. It's companies that only been around for 3 or 4 years that made billions, made multi-billions off AI. Like me, I'm in the fourth quarter of my life. I'll be 60 in November. And I thank God every day for every day I had on this earth. So I got another 40 years. And I still got to sit there and learn this stuff. even though I'm at retirement age. But if a kid is born from now to about 21, this is the time for them to start grinding. Because a lot of jobs we is not going to need. A lot of stuff they teach you in school you ain't going to need. We still going to need plumbers. We going to need pipe fitters. We still going to need fire departments. We still going to need law enforcement. We still going to need welders, electricians. But a lot of these jobs we ain't going to need. We ain't going to need all them factory workers. We ain't going to need all the customer service people when AI can do it. We ain't going to need all the auto mechanics for every job. We ain't going to need taxis. We ain't going to need truck drivers. You might not even need bartender in some clubs, upscale clubs. Cause if you tell them what you need, they can turn around and fix that damn drink and go about their and won't over pour. So there's a lot of things that we ain't gonna need. So we gotta prepare ourselves. You gotta prepare yourself right now. And you gotta prepare your children. Because the times are going so fast. The world is moving. So the stuff they teaching your children in school right now is gonna be obsolete. They teaching them how to be poor. They teaching them how to not be educated for real. Because they see the way the world is going. Why they not changing their curriculum? We don't need to know who the first president of the United States was. We don't need to know about certain shit in history. We got to learn about how to break these robots down, how to build these robots, how to build an infrastructure with AI, AGI, how to use chat GPT to our advantage, how to build blockchain, cryptocurrencies, build tokens, how to invest in this, how to invest in the stock market, how to save your money, how to invest in the infrastructure, like when it come down to entrepreneurship, building houses, making houses. How about landscaping and farming? These are the things we got to start learning, because if not, we going to put ourselves in a bad situation where we ain't going to be able to come out of. It ain't going to happen. And I hope that people start catching on to this, because if you don't, you're going to see that we fucking up. Especially in my community, I see it every day. Most of the young men and women, they only got one thing on their mind: sex, drinking, partying, getting high, gang banging, being a YN, being a trapper, being a shooter, being a gang banger. They don't have anything of essence inside their mindset, because this is what they've been taught. So it's going to be hard for somebody to rethink something, to be retaught something, but that's all they know, or they're going back to the same environments. So if you have a child, instead of putting him in front of that TV or handing him that laptop or that PC, if you do, make sure it's on something about education. Make sure it's about AI, robotic, AGI. Make sure it's about cryptocurrency and the blockchain. Make sure it's about engineering, infrastructure. Because if you're not, you messing your children up. You messing up the chance for them to be successful. And we got to stop that. A lot of our children will never be successful because we ain't taking the time out as parents, as aunts and uncles, grandparents, to make these young men and women successful. Because you don't see how the world is changing. Guys and girls both are like, that is not just a girl. If you see how the world is changing, if you ain't caught on yet, you ain't going to catch on. And I want to be light years ahead of this new wave. I'm not going to be out here, man, and for the next 40 years of my life and not have a clue about what's going on. What's up, Tay? I want to be ahead of the game. You know, I always tell people, I've always been a visionary. If I see somebody moving a certain way, a certain direction, and it's working, and they successful in it, and it take less manpower, it take a lot less workforce, a lot of my time away from what I like to do, and I don't have to kiss nobody's ass to get up on them to do it, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to focus on that, and I'm going to try to make it work. And if I don't know how to make it work, I'm a very humble individual. I go ask for help and assistance. The one thing about me, I'm very humble. You know, I don't have low self-esteem where I feel somebody is better than me. If I go ask them a question, I don't feel that I'm uneducated because I add certain things, but all that stuff worked for me because if I don't know something, I'm gonna add the person who I know actually know it. I'm gonna be around them individuals, people who actually doing what I want to do, and I'm gonna learn from that. And I'm gonna humble myself, and I'm gonna be up under them. If 50 people ahead of me, it doesn't matter. That means I got 50 people I can learn from. I don't never want to be number one when I'm still growing. And I'm 60 and I'm still growing. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. I want y'all to take your time, learn about the blockchain, learn about cryptocurrency, the stock market, uh, learn about wealth building, and put your kids in the right situation, man, where they gonna grow. Peace out. Os.